Hi, this is Randy, and welcome back to Furniture Shuffle. My next project is actually a request by a friend of mine. They just got a new job and wanted a little table for their office, but they didn't want to spend a lot of money since they were going to bring it to work. So I found this little table at a Goodwill, and for $6.79, they liked the style and said, go ahead and pick it up. It had a couple of big gouges in the top. A lot of the finish was coming off and looking pretty rough. And then one of the supports at the very bottom was loose, so I'll need to solder that back. So let's get started. I'm using my carbide scraper to scrape that old finish off the top. Once the top was scraped, I just used some Bondo wood filler to fill in those gouges in the top. I got this little plastic palette knife from Michael's. It came with a set of little touch-up paintbrushes that I purchased, and it works great for mixing up and applying the Bondo. While waiting for the Bondo to harden on the top, I took some 120 grit sandpaper and sanded down the whole base. This will remove any surface scratches and help the spray paint better adhere to the metal. I sanded down the small area that I was going to be soldering down to the bare metal and then just used my soldering iron, putting flux on first and then a little dab of the solder. I sprayed the base with a new coat of black paint and then went over that with a clear top coat. I used Varathane stain markers to go over the areas that I had bondoed so I could try to disguise them to make them look like knots in the wood or natural faults. I just used my finger to help blend in the stain. And I used a little bit of sandpaper just to go around the edges where it got a little dark, just to blend it in a little more. I kept adding more stain and buffing it back out until I got to the tone that I was happy with. It's not perfect by any means, but my friend didn't even notice until I explained what I had done. I chose this golden pecan color because my friend had an existing bookcase in the office that they wanted to coordinate with. It makes me feel good saving pieces like this. Even though it's not that old, when somebody donated it, they probably thought it was just a piece of junk. And now it is going to get a whole new life in a corporate office. I had fun on this project, and my friend loved their new table. So let's take a look.